What is going on, my fellow Keyblade wielders? Kid Dante here, and in today's video I'm here to count down my top 5 favorite upright medals. Now, like I said yesterday's video, the uprights is probably going to be the hardest one for me because I have way more uprights than I do reverse. And yeah, there are a lot of medals, people, a lot of medals to pick from. And I was going to do a top 10 for uprights, but then again, I was just narrowing it down to the top 5 so I can make this video quicker than it should be. So let's get it started. Coming in at number 5, we have Illustrated Neku. Now this one, it's actually going to be a pretty good one when you got a medal like this on here. Now this is actually a fan favorite to a lot of players because this is the first ever medal to actually have a song. Not a BGM or theme from the series, but an official song. This is Twister Union Cross Remix, and this medal was introduced to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of The World Ends With You, which was a video game that was available for the DS a few years back. Well, 10 years back from now. So yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to actually play it, and I'm debating if I want to actually get it for my phone, being it is on the Google Play Store. So it's pretty tempting, being that I'm really interested in this. I'm really interested in seeing what The World Ends With You is about, and I got a chance to actually experience the characters, and a lot of us have in Dream Drop Distance. So this medal is actually pretty useful, and for a tier 6 medal, it does have a decent multiplier for AoE damage. It's capable of raising your speed base strength by 3 tiers for 2 turns, meaning by the second turn you'll max out your speed base strength, or kinda sorta max it out. But it's still very good in its own right. And I actually do like its animation, which is called Shockwave, which deals out, I believe, 5 hits, which looks pretty decent in my opinion. So this medal's on here pretty much because of its song, not BGM, and because of its usefulness. And I kind of grew a liking to actually liking Neku in Dream Drop Distance on the short time that him and the other characters from The World Ends With You were in that game. So yeah. Next up, we have Illustrated Kairi EX. Now, a lot of people you guys are probably going to assume that this was going to be number 1, but that's not the case. This may be the most useful medal and the most game-changing medal in the game as of now, but then again, I don't think it's deserving of being number 1. Like I said, in my opinion, when it comes to my favorite medals, it's more than just its usefulness. It's my connections to that medal and how I feel towards it. I really do like this medal. I like the quote, I like the BGM, and I like its usefulness. But I don't feel as if it deserved number 1 spot. Now, I would list exactly everything that this medal does for all that don't know, but I'll just say go and look it up on Wikipedia because yeah, it's a mouthful. Just know it does way more than 0.2 Kairi and pretty much any other stat booster that's behind her. So yeah, pretty good medal, In the third spot, we have HD Ava EX. Now, I knew there were going to be foreteller medals. A lot of people have been saying that there should be, and a lot of people have been saying that there shouldn't be. But then again, I'd say that there should be because in Union Cross storyline, the foretellers are pretty much exiled, or I don't know what happens to them exactly because they're still in the storyline, being that they're still recruiting the new foretellers and stuff like that. So I don't know if they're going to die or still be alive or something like that, but I knew that the foretellers were eventually going to happen. And personally, my favorite amongst all 5 of them as far as medals has to be Ava EX. And not only just that, but in like the little, just her personality and all that stuff, it reminds me so much of Kairi. And it makes me happy that they actually implemented the personalities of some of the foretellers from some of the characters from the series. Like for instance, Aced reminds me of Terra, or Envy reminds me a little bit of Aqua in a couple of senses. But this medal is actually very useful in its own right, It's working on your offense and then working on your defense simultaneously and dealing out one extremely powerful hit to all targets, which is very good. Not only that, but the foretellers have two effects. The first is that they grow in strength when dealing with a single target, and they're capable of ignoring the enemy's counter, which is pretty useful in Coliseum or whenever you're doing like any of the cups, like for instance the Pegasus Cup, the Hades Cup, the Phil Cup. Any enemies that have a counter over their heads, a medal like this is actually going to make your life a whole lot easier in that scenario. Coming in at number 2 is my very first EX medal in the JP version. Now, Kingdom Hearts 2 Cloud EX may be outclassed by a few EX medals now, but then again, I will never forget this medal. And as far as anything goes, this is probably like my best built EX medal as far as traits and as far as skills go. The one I got, well, here's the thing. I managed to get an over amount of Cloud EXs during Anniversary, enough so to the point where I actually did make a second one that was gilted and traded. But then again, I felt as if I didn't need exactly 2, so the one that I have double cast on, I eventually gave in like just to trade off and stuff like that. And I don't exactly remember the skills it had, but then again, the skills that it had as far as being my second one was pretty decent. This medal is capable of raising your power-based strength by 3 tiers for 1 turn and lowering all enemies' power-based defenses by 3 tiers for 1 turn. Grows in strength the more HP you have. Now, I have yet to try this, and I don't think it will actually initially work, but that last ability, high HP Power Surge, I wonder if that works if you also have HP plus 800 on that medal as well. Because I have that for Axel R EX, but I have yet to actually see if that will make a difference. But I'll let you guys know in the near future if I'm able to test that out or not. But yeah, this is actually a very useful medal, and it's on this list pretty much to signify my very first EX medal within this game. And I'm very happy that I actually got a medal like this, and I'm really happy that I actually was fortunate enough to actually get some traits on there, so it's pretty good, Coming in at number 1 as far as my favorite medal for uprights has to be Kingdom Hearts 2 Illustrated Sora and Riku EX. Now, this medal is on here for a multitude of reasons, not just because of its looks, its animation, and stuff like that. Now, I'm going to exactly list off everything that makes this medal my number 1. First of all, its animation is directly stripped from the final fight with Xemnas in Kingdom Hearts 2, when they're delivering that final blow. It's literally that end cutscene after the phase where you're getting shot by lasers in a little dome. Yeah, like, for all who don't know that is the final attack that you deliver to Xemnas in Kingdom Hearts 2. So that's one. The second, if you're listening to it right now, Darkness of the Unknown final phase. This is the battle theme that played within that fight, and I gotta say, it's probably one of my favorite final boss battle themes within Kingdom Hearts. Like, just ever. Like, it's intensive, it really is, it's immersive and all that good stuff, and the fact that they implemented the remastered version from 2.5 actually makes me like it even more, because the original edition isn't too bad, but then again, I actually like what they have done with some of the remixes for 2.5, which is pretty good. And another reason is because they picked the best artwork for this medal, showing Sora and Riku performing that final attack that I was saying at the very beginning. This medal actually is very useful for one of the very first tier 7s that actually come out alongside HD Ava EX. This was actually the third medal within the third set of the EX medals, which were primarily focusing on lowering your target's defenses significantly. So this medal is able to reduce all enemies' defenses for speed and general defense by 4 tiers for 1 turn, scales in power the higher your HP. So this medal in its sense is actually going to do a lot of damage working on the enemy's defense. And I gotta say people, I really do love this medal. Now I have yet to actually get traits for this one, but hopefully in the near future when year 3 comes out for anniversary, they actually give a lot of players a lot of shots at getting some past EX medals. And probably by that time we actually have tier 8s and if not tier 9 medals with EXs and stuff like that. So they're gonna actually, I know for the future they're going to make getting EX medals way easier than it should be. So there it is guys, there's my top 5 favorite picks for my upright medals, and tune in tomorrow where I count down my top 5 medals of 2017. Anyways guys, I hope you're having a fantastic day. This is Kid Dante signing off, and let me know down in the comment section what your favorite upright medal in Union Cross is.